Planet Fitness. So close yet so far. Hmm. Yeah, one of these days I'm gonna come inside you. Come see what I'm paying for. Come inside. No, that doesn't sound right. One of these days I'll enter and work out and see what I'm paying for. Ah, flip this camera around here. Yes, my people, back again. Making another attempt to go to the gym. But weights are heavy. Yeah. But while I sit here looking at the door, something crossed my mind. I decided to make another video. Um, Something I've thought about for a long time, years, as a matter of fact, but something triggered it today. Like I see these kids, or when I say kids, I mean like 20-something-year-old walking by, black people, right? And as you can tell by the title I'm going to put on this video here, you kind of know where this is going. But I just want to explain a little bit more because it's something that we're doing that's just not beneficial. And it's going to take a long time, as I mentioned, the videos, whenever I get like this. Anyway, so basically, these kids are coming by and they're like, nigger this, nigger that, referring to each other as nigger, right? Now, like a term of endearment type of thing, right? And I'm just sitting there listening to them. And behind them coming up was a white guy, a middle-aged white guy. And I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, what the hell could be going through his mind? Hearing these kids talking like this, right? Because living in this country, whether you're in America, Canada, England, or, wherever as a black person, that word, as a white person, you cannot say that word. Unless you get canceled, right? And yet, you have black people going around saying nigger this and nigger that, like it's nothing. And I know some of you are going to come and say, oh, it's a term of endearment and we're taking it back, we're taking the power back. No, you're not taking shit back. All that word does is cause more problems and separate the races. Because I don't know what makes some people think that it's okay for you to say nigger like it's nothing and the white person can't say it. Personally, nobody should be saying it. That's why I don't say that word unless it's absolutely necessary. No, back to what I was thinking now. I'm just imagining that white person there, what they're going through, thinking to themselves. And I even go back farther, like growing up in Connecticut, Hartford, and going to school, all American school, everybody, black, white, everybody, we all grew up, all of us in our 50s now. And I'm just thinking back how, seeing these kids hang out, like even our friends hanging out, like how some black people will be like, nigger this, nigger that, nigger that. And yet this is your white friend beside you who you all grew up with. You can't say it. It's like they're walking around on eggshells. They can't even sing their favorite song. You have certain rappers like DMX or whoever, you know what I'm talking about. It's like every other word is nigga. And I'm like, a white person love that song, but they have to basically tiptoe around that word, walk around on eggshells, because every black person around them going to be looking at them like, like what? And I'm sitting there like, how do you expect the races to get any better in this country? That's predominantly white run. That's the key thing. Whoever is in charge is white, right? No matter how much black president we have, the power structure is geared towards the white majority. So I even go back thinking like, I'm looking at, even I just brought up rap music, right? I'm just thinking a guy like Eminem, one of the greatest rappers ever. Grew up around black people, have a lot of black friends, and I'm just trying to go through his head to think, what is he thinking, like, when every black person around him is like, nigga this, nigga, 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 nigga. They call him nigger, but he can't call them nigger. Because if somebody catch that on tape, they're gonna freaking try to cancel him or whatever. Like, even though his friends may be, may just be cool with it. It's like, black people, we can't have it both ways. That's what it comes down to. We cannot have it both ways. You know, we are not in a position to say we're taking back anything or taking back the power in a word, because we don't have the power. Yes, we have the money, right? A lot of black people, especially black women, are highly educated in high positions, making very good money, but we don't have the community, the structure, the discipline to actually turn that money and that education into any kind of power to make any kind of measurable change in this country, right? Because every dollar we make, I'm sure you all see the videos, every dollar we make within a day, it gets spent outside of our community. Yet every other race come to America, Canada, step on black people's shoulder and make it because they have a community. When they make money, they spend it with each other. They support each other's business, right? They pull together with family and friends to achieve more. What does the black community have? Like I said, every dollar we make, we spend it outside of our community. Even if we spend it in the community, the places we're spending it on is owned by someone of another culture or race. You're in the black community. The same liquor store, the hair salon, the grocery store is all owned by someone else, whether it's a Korean, a Chinese, a Arab, or white. Everybody is owned by someone else. The only thing we as black people own is those friggin' churches. Yes, and I say those friggin' churches because those churches are not helping us. Now, that's a whole other discussion, right? You see more churches in the black community than anything else. I'm like, what the hell is going on? But here we are now. We have money, but no power. Now, I know sometimes I go rambling all over the place because, I really don't feel like going into that gym. But anyway, back to the discussion here, right? So, it's like you see people talk about that word, and I can just imagine these kids who grew up with your black friends or Puerto Rican friends or whatever, and they're all saying nigger this, nigger that. You can't even sing your favorite song because it has the N-word in it. You gotta omit that word. How do you think that make white folks feel? No, just imagine now, just follow me here on this, right? Just imagine that white kid, he goes off to, he grew up in, with black friends. Come time for college, university, he gone off to some university somewhere out west. He meet up with some other white kids who are feeling the same way. It's like, man, I love that song, but I got, jumped because I was singing the full word. Like, the black kids around me wanted to fight me because I'm saying nigger. It's in the damn song. Now, take it a little further. Imagine that kid now, is finished, he's there with his new white friends now who feel the same way. After a while, I can just imagine themselves like, if I was them, I would be like, fuck them niggas. What the fuck am I hanging around with them? I can't, it's like I got to walk around on eggshells with them, because of this damn word that they say every day. And I can't even say it. I don't mean any harm with it. They're my boys. We grew up together, but maybe not my friends directly, but some other people want to fight me for saying a word that's in a friggin' song. In like 90% of the songs. Just think about that, right? Now, that same white kid now is going to grow up. Probably going to be in some kind of position, maybe friggin' a sheriff, a judge, some senator. in some position of power, right? Just think of how these experiences gonna frame his way of life and looking at things, because he grew up with you, but his view changed just because of that word, and how some of us black people look at any white person that say that word that we use so freely. If they can't say it, we shouldn't be saying it. All right? If they cannot say it, we should not be saying it. We need to just stop it. If it's absolutely necessary, yes, but it shouldn't be a casual thing. It shouldn't be in songs like it's, treat it like any four-letter word, you know? It shouldn't be in songs that, these rappers sing, and, not even rappers, even R&B singers singing it. I'm like, what the fuck? So that's what I'm talking about here. Now, I know some of you are talking about taking back the power and, term of endearment and all that, but like I was saying earlier, we have no power. It's like every time people come around to us, it's friggin' election time. Oh, the black vote, the black vote. But after that, nah. They might go to a few churches and, talk all kind of crap, but none of that, comes down to us owning anything. And I know some of you are going to say, yes, Mark, back in the day we tried, we had the whole Black Wall Street, and look what happened to that. They bombed that out. But we got to keep going. Because until you have your own, you really have no power. Right? Now, the other side of that is where I'm at right now, which I'm going to explain, is like, as black people in the West, wherever we are, whichever country you're in, the system is set up in a way where no one gives you power. You got to take power, whether it be, by force or by economics. If you have money, money trumps everything. If you got money and you can, dictate where your vote goes and where, your tax dollars spend like other communities do, we don't have that power, right? No. I was talking the other day with a friend, and I was telling them, like, listen, man, as black people in this world, everywhere we go in this world, we're at the bottom of the totem pole. No matter how much money we have or how much stars made it through that ceiling, how much athletes got billions or whatever, the majority of us are down here, right? Um, because colonizers done an excellent job at convincing the world that everything bad is black, right? Everything bad black, and even our own black people still have that in their mind, that everything bad is black. No, I say all that to say, now, I remember back in the 70s and 80s how we used to like almost laugh at China, right? We had no respect for them. They were the factory of the world, they build cheap shit. The air was dirty as hell. Everybody had to walk around with masks, 24/7. Y'all remember those videos from the 80s, Chinese with their mask and everything. But Chinese did what they had to do to get their economy up, you know, come back from colonial power, domination, all that crap, and build up their economy, build up their military. No, you can't say shit to China. You can't say shit to Chinese anywhere in this world much more, because they know their homeland is strong, right? They know their homeland. We as black people don't know exactly where in Africa we're from. A lot of us don't. We can go through all the ancestor stuff, but you're just kind of like going back and guessing, but you don't know exactly where your people are from. So I just put it like this: my people are from sub-Saharan Africa, right? The black part of Africa. So until we either make up our mind that we're gonna go back or we're gonna support Africa, where each of these countries, are economically viable or militarily strong enough to defend themselves, then we as black people will you know, looking at it, we will always be down here, you know, while everyone else kind of go up, because we don't have a homeland strong and proud to say those are my people coming. No, it's slowly happening, right? In the last few years, you see when countries like Ghana, you know, have the year of return, and you know, a lot of people are going back to Africa, embracing their, you know, blackness and their roots. You know, even if you're people that come from that country, whichever part you go to, sub-Saharan Africa, at least you can say, all right, these are all my people here. So if this part of the world becomes strong and powerful, you know, we as black people, you know, may get a little bit more respect in this world. You know, now I'm talking the regular black folks, not the celebrities or the stars. You know, they're in a whole different category. I'm talking regular black people, because every other race can say their homeland is strong. The Chinese, the Indians, the Arabs, they know exactly where their people come from. White folks know where their people come from, whether they're Italian American, you know, English American, German American. We're African American, but which part of Africa? It's a big ass continent, right? And even though Africa have all the resources that the world needs, you know, they're being kept in turmoil intentionally. So we need to support them. Stop using the N word. I just ramble on a whole lot here. But yeah, just one of those days. So stop using the N word. If you plan to live in America or Canada or England, stop using the N word casually. It doesn't help the situation here. If you want to continue to use it, then pack up your shit, go to Africa, go start planning a life there, or at least support those new leaders that they have there in countries like Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger. You know, young leaders who are taking their own destiny into their own hands, right? You know, no more, you know, French power over them. Anyway, I rambled on long enough. So let me know what you think, right? No more N word. Let's make that a challenge. Anyway, I'm gonna post this long rambling video on my YouTube channel. You're gonna see the thing down here, and on my other social media thingies. Um, I would love your support. So if you can like it, comment, share it, you know, subscribe to my channel. I'm gonna put down there. All right, I appreciate that. So you can get notice for the next time I have one of these moments where I um, come to Planet Fitness and ponder the meaning of life, and hopefully go in there one day. See what I'm paying for. But yeah, I heard those weights are heavy. Anyway, later. Bye.